What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Paulizè Talks. I'm Paulizè Anthony, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a few tips and tricks on how to become a greater version of who you currently are now. These are some things that I've learned and applied for myself over the course of a few weeks, give or take. And today I'm going to be sharing these same points with you. For those that are new, welcome. My name is Paulizè Anthony. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking us out. Like always, thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you for allowing me to be on this journey with you. I believe that we do better when we grow together, so let's continue to grow with one another. This community is steadily growing every day, and man, the love and support is so awesome. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this with somebody that may need it. Also, comment below anything that you may find impactful or anything that you can take away from this, right? Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Welcome back. So like I said before, I'm going to be sharing with you a few pointers that I've applied for myself and I've noticed significant change, right? And it always starts with the little things, right? It always starts with the simple things first, and then they just compound into something so much greater. And honestly, I'm learning something new every day, and that's life in a nutshell. Like, living life is the true university. There's so much that you learn on a daily basis, and so many nuggets that you can take away, right? So many things that you can apply to your own life, and you can notice the change immediately. I was recently talking with a few business partners of mine, right? And the things we talked about consisted of consistency, right, and work ethic. And what are some of the things that keep you going when it seems like nothing's happening, or even when things are going good, right? And that was just a topic that I spoke on recently, and honestly, it was just so impactful. It was powerful because the points that I was able to make for this topic were so crucial, and I'm here to share those same points with you. So my first point is just to kind of build a framework around this first point. So a lot of times, right, and I know that a few of you can relate to this, a lot of times we're in a workplace, in an environment that we may not want to be in, right, long term. And so many times we're working with people, and day to day they're just not content with where they are. They're complaining about other people, they're complaining about the environment, they're complaining about not being where they truly want to be, right? Or other people just hovering over them and stuff like that. And my thing is, what are you doing about that, right? What are you doing outside of your job or whatever profession you have? What are you doing outside of that to make a change? What are you doing outside of that to make a change? And I truly believe that whatever you do outside of your 9 to 5 will dictate the direction of your life, right? Now, if you have a great 9 to 5, that's awesome, right? If you have a 9 to 5 and you love what you do, that's awesome. But there are some people that don't love what they do. And honestly, I feel like it creates this blockage when you pay so much attention to what you don't like. Because you immediately create a wall, and you block your blessings, and you block that creativity inside you. Because that same energy that you could be using to create something great, you're using it to focus on what you don't like. Focus on people that don't serve you in any way, shape, or form. And that's what this is all about, right? And that leads me to my first point. What are you doing to earn your freedom? What are you doing to earn your freedom? What are you doing to create an additional income outside of the income you currently make? What are you doing to create the lifestyle that you see all of these other people living that you want to live, right? What are you doing, right? And I truly believe that one of the greatest ways to do that is to create value, right? People sleep on on giving value, right? Because it's so easy to see something that is just entertaining and fun to watch, and to just think like this is what it means to succeed. But you got to look at the value that's being offered and ask yourself, what value can I bring that can benefit someone else, right? It's funny though, I recently had an encounter with someone at a restaurant, right? With this waitress at a restaurant, right? And she was the only one working there at the time, and she was getting slumped, and she was coming up with like these excuses as to why she didn't want to do certain things, because since she was the only one there, she only wanted to focus on this one area of work and not focus on the other. And so when I seen that, when we first walked in, she immediately made the excuse of, well, this isn't operating right now. Like, we're not serving food right now. We were getting smoothies and food, and they were just like, we're not serving food right now. And I understood where she was coming from, because if I was in that situation, I would probably do the same thing. Like, I'm not about to cook and make smoothies, and I'm the only one here, and I'm slam packed. But the one thing I wanted her to understand, right, in that moment was, and again, I let her know, like, I get that. But when it comes down to it, when you serve others, there's no limit to how much you can serve another person, because the payout in the long run is so much more valuable than just trying to find a shortcut. The payoff is so much more valuable than trying to find a shortcut, right? And of course I tipped her, of course, because I feel like tips really give people incentive to work harder, right? To work more passionately. And that just made me think, like, servitude is so underrated. We go through our day and we're always thinking about us. But I feel like the best way to get out of any situation is to think about how you can help somebody else get out of their situation. Because essentially, you will find the answer to your problems by helping somebody else find the answer to their problems, right? So I just thought that was a really powerful, profound moment to have. And that kind of leads me into my next point as well. Success is a planned event, right? If you don't plan to succeed, you automatically plan to fail. So when it comes down to it, like I said before, people are complaining about where they are, but don't have a vision for their freedom, don't have a vision for their own life. So where do you start at? You have to map out exactly where you want to be in your life. What do you see yourself doing? Where do you see yourself currently? Where do you see yourself going in the future? You have to plan for your success. Literally, you have to plan for your success. I was telling my team this. When you take on the role of an entrepreneur, you are immediately telling the universe or whatever God you believe in that you are responsible. You are responsible for your own well-being, meaning that you're not going to rely on a boss or a superior to pay you your worth. You're telling the universe that you know your worth and you're going to seek it no matter what. This journey is not going to be easy, right? But the payout is it's so phenomenal, because you are literally creating a world almost. You're literally creating a world, and you see it every day. You see it every single day. Millionaires are being made by the second, by the minute, as we speak. The question is, are you going to be the next one? Plan for your success. Success is a planned event. If you don't plan to win, you plan to lose automatically. Next point, change is inevitable, but who will make it better? You're going to change no matter what. The funny thing, I was reading a book today, and it was talking about change in a sense, right? Like, change is going to happen because your brain is going to change. And as you grow and develop, you're going to have different experiences. So what are you learning throughout this change process, right? Are you getting better, or are you staying stagnant, or are you getting worse? Depending on what level of consciousness you are in your life can determine how much you change, right? And how short or how long of a period it takes for you to change too. So change is going to happen regardless. We're going to age, with everything that's going on. The time is going to go by, and time waits for nobody. Time is currently ticking right now. But what are you doing in every second? What are you doing in every moment, right? The beautiful thing about meditation is it gives you a sense of awareness in every moment. That's what I love about meditation, because when you sit there and you focus, you literally put yourself in the present moment. And you recognize everything. You recognize your breathing. You recognize how you're sitting. You recognize the smells in the room, the sounds in the room. It just puts you in that present moment. And in every moment, for me, I'm always asking myself, what am I doing to advance myself? Everything that I'm listening to, I'm asking myself, what is this doing to advance me? Everything that I watch, I ask myself, what is this doing to advance me? Everything, the conversations that I have, I ask myself, what is this doing to advance me? Everything that I do has to be intentional. And Jeff Bezos said this the best. You have to guard your time. You have to guard your time and be precise with it, because once it's gone, that's it. You can't get that time back. And you're only going to get older, right? I know everybody says time is an illusion, and it is. I agree to a degree. However, time is going to keep going, and you're going to get older, and this body is going to wither away. So before that happens, what are you going to do? Let that marinate for a moment. Next topic. Next point. Create your own map to your destiny. That kind of goes back into planning for success. You have to create your own roadmap to your destiny. Now, what does a roadmap consist of? What you're looking at right now. I have this notebook, this pen, this MacBook, this camera, this phone. Everybody has a phone. Oops, damn, I lost my page. Everybody has a phone, right? Everybody has a phone. So, what is it doing for you exactly? What does your roadmap look like? You working at the job that you currently work at is basically somebody else giving you a map to their treasure, because you're helping them to get better while you're getting worse, or should I say while you're staying stagnant. So what does your treasure map look like? What does your destination look like? Map out what you're doing. And honestly, in this, I write out my thoughts. I write out notes, keynotes from other speakers every day, because I know that anything in this comes to life. Anything that I write in this comes to life. Anything that I put on this comes to life. Anything that I write out comes to life. This is an extension of me just as much as this is. Everybody has their cell phone on them like 24/7. But you have to keep this and this on you at all times. And I literally carry this and a book with me at all times. I literally don't leave the house. It's like phone, keys, wallet, notebook. I would literally go back in the house and be like, oh snap, I forgot my notebook, I forgot my book. Even if I don't read it that day, the idea is to keep it with you at all times, because you never know when inspiration might hit, right? You never know when you might get a moment, right? A moment waiting for something, and you immediately have the opportunity to decide your fate in that moment. I know it's not that drastic. You could probably just be going to get your car washed. You could be waiting for it to be done, right? In that moment, literally, every decision creates our reality. Every decision. So in that moment, you can choose whether or not, am I going to write something in my journal? Am I going to read my book? Or am I going to scroll on Instagram? Or am I going to scroll on Facebook? Or am I going to do something that is going to waste time? Right? Now, if you're on your phone, create a post. You know what I'm saying? Like, my belief is if you don't show up on your own feed at least once or twice, then you're wasting time. That's just what I believe. And I show up on my feed. Matter of fact, sometimes I show up on my own Explore page, from somebody reposting it or something. But that's the beautiful thing about it. You have to see yourself in there. You have to see yourself in there to feel like you're doing something. That's where anxiety and stress and depression and all that stuff comes from. Because you don't see yourself in those moments. You don't see yourself up there. You just see other people, and you're taking yourself further and further out of the present moment. Now you're stuck in the future that hasn't happened yet, or you're stuck in the past and thinking about what you didn't do. Worry about now. Moving on. You have to have a bigger vision for your life. You have to have a bigger vision for your life. And in this community, we practice that so much. Having a bigger vision for yourself. Tell yourself where you see yourself right now. Like, close your eyes and visualize where you want to be. What does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it smell like? Right? What does it feel like? All of those things. What does it taste like? All of those things. You have to put yourself in those moments. I did something at the beginning of this year, and I shared this with my team as well. I was in the process of purchasing a new vehicle because I wanted to give my vehicle to my sister. She needed some transportation. So in the midst of me purchasing a new vehicle, I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to be on the hunt for a new vehicle, let me go test drive some of my dream vehicles, right? So I put myself in that moment, in that vision, like, okay, what do I look, if I'm going to be test driving my dream vehicle, how do I look? What am I dressed in? So I put on my best garb. I put on my best dress, right? Looking good, smelling good, feeling good. And I went and drove my dream car. I went early in the morning so I could test drive it, and they let you keep it all day. And I kept it for the entire day. And I'm just driving around town, just embodying what it feels like, right? What does that feel like? And also, I went to a neighborhood that has a lot of nice houses. Awesome neighborhood. Got a lake in the back and everything. And I went to a vacant house. And I pulled up to that house. And I got out and I just sat on the porch. And I sat in the driveway and I just walked around it. And I was just like, wow, I can see myself here. And I can visualize my friends and my business partners just living in these different houses. Like, I got a friend over there, I got a business partner right there, and we just come together and we had these masterminds. I was putting myself in those moments because this is what I see my life as. And when you start to create the vision for yourself, you start to create the momentum to actually do something about it. And I'm telling you, when you put yourself in those environments, you want to be there more, and you do what it takes to be there. We recently took a trip, right? This was about a month ago. Me and my girl, we took a trip to Charleston for my sister's birthday. And it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. And I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave. It was a weekend, and I was just like, yo, this is so awesome. The people are friendly. The food was good. The weather was just perfect. I was just like, yo, and the synchronicity, when I say the synchronicity was hitting hard, oh my God, the synchronicity was hitting hard. It was just like everything was just on point. Not a beat was skipped, and I was just like, wow, this is what it means to be in tune with yourself. This is what it means to really live out your vision. And honestly, that was just a spontaneous thing, right? But it led to something bigger. That's why I say you have to have a bigger vision for yourself. And here's the most important thing. Once you develop that vision for yourself, love it. Love the grind of it. Love the grind of what it is that you're doing. If you can't love the grind, then you might as well just stay in that 9 to 5 because it's going to feel like work. Now understand, this is work. This is very hard work. But you got to love it. You got to enjoy the process. You have to enjoy the process. Because if you don't, man, you're going to feel stuck. Like how you feel now in that job. You're going to feel stuck in the same rut. But this isn't like that. This is totally different. This is something that you made for yourself. So yeah, love the grind. Enjoy the process. And that's really all I got right now for you. I hope I was able to add some value. If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you for allowing me to be on this journey with you. As I always say, we do better when we grow together, so let's continue to grow with one another. And as always, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, click the notification bell to get notified, and share below something good that helped you. And matter of fact, share something that could help somebody else, right? Like, I'm a forever student and I love to learn. So teach me. Give me something that I may have missed, or give me some kind of feedback, right? Let me know what you want to hear. And yeah, that's really all I got. Now that you have everything you need, go out there, be great, but always remember to be you and be unique in everything you do. And remember, anything's possible. You're in your purpose even when you don't realize it. Peace.